Hey guys, Jinx here. I'm here to answer a really good question I was asked yesterday on the 8th of July. So this is pre-recorded. The question was from Mac. He had said, who would win the fight between Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees? Now, of course, my first instinct is to talk about what I know, right? Like, I go back to the videos, I go, well, there's some videos I saw, and Jason Voorhees won, or in this one particular comic I'd seen, it was kind of a tie, but Jason Voorhees had the upper hand. But something I didn't take into account was that in all these situations, Jason Voorhees was supernatural. We weren't looking at Jason Voorhees versus a human Michael Myers. We were looking at human Michael Myers fighting Jason Voorhees, who was supernatural. In fact, in the comic listing here, after about part 4, which is when he, dies by Tommy Jarvis as a kid, he takes on the status of God-eternal. You just can't beat something that's eternal. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go back to when he was human, before he was a god, before he was eternal, and we're going to see who would win in a fight between the two. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, hey, Hijinks, this isn't necessarily gaming content, but you know what? It kind of is, and here's why. Michael Myers is in Dead by Daylight, and Jason Voorhees is in Friday the 13th, and both those games are fun, and that's the excuse I'm going to use. But we're going to look into this, and we're going to be analyzing their kills, how they kill, how many kills they have, who you'd be more likely to survive against, and who would be more likely to win the fight. Now, my real question is, guys, who would win between Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers? So let's start out by analyzing the biological factors between these two killers to see who has the biological edge. Jason Voorhees is 11 years older than Michael Myers. He was born on June 13th, 1946. He's 6'3" and weighs 250 pounds. Now, for the sake of our video here, we'll say that's mainly muscle, since everything we see Jason Voorhees do requires a lot of muscle. Michael Myers was born on October 19th, 1957. He's 6'8" and weighs between 203 pounds and 249 pounds, as that's about the average weight of a male 6'8". So guys, remember something here. We're looking at this as a fight head-to-head, with no other factors. These are two killers relying on purely their ability to fight to go head-to-head. So, as I go into this, I'm going to explain something. Michael Myers is taller than Jason Voorhees by 5 inches. He is 6'8". However, Jason Voorhees is 250 pounds at 6'3" and has a lot of muscle. In a fight where it's head-to-head and both are close-ranged, the height isn't going to pay off as well as the muscle. So biologically, for the situation that we're looking at specifically, Jason Voorhees gets the edge. So at this point, guys, we're going to look at the inventory that both killers use to take down their victims. Jason Voorhees does not wear any notable clothing. However, he does have a hockey mask, which provides some protection, but not much. He uses a wood axe, which weighs between 6 to 8 pounds, which means that while he can get some heavy blows off, it might not be as consistent. So, at this point, let's hop over to Michael Myers. Michael Myers, again, not wearing any notable clothing. He wears a William Shatner mask, which provides less protection than the hockey mask. However, he does use the chef's knife, and the chef's knife does not weigh between 6 to 8 pounds. It weighs less than a pound, which gives him the ability to strike many times and without using as much energy. So as this decision is counterintuitive, guys, Michael Myers would win the inventory battle. And here's why. While Jason Voorhees has the better inventory on paper, Michael Myers has the better inventory in theory. Michael Myers is more familiar with his inventory than Jason Voorhees is with his inventory. Jason Voorhees is a versatile killer who uses a variety of weapons, and one could argue Michael Myers does too. But Jason Voorhees swaps his main weapon of usage throughout every movie. He goes from machete, he goes to wood axe, he goes to pole, he goes through them all. Michael Myers consistently sticks with the chef's knife, and it's something he's used as a killing weapon since he was a child. This is something he's familiar with, he knows the ins and outs of, and he knows how to maneuver just the right way. And while one could argue that the fire axe's distance is larger, and maybe that would give Jason the edge, I feel like Michael Myers being 6'8" gives him some height advantage to kind of maneuver the knife a little bit better when it comes to this fight. Also, while one might say that the hockey mask is protective and the chef's knife couldn't penetrate it, I don't think Michael Myers would go for a blow like that, although he's familiar with this chef's knife, so maybe he would know a way to get that in there just the right way. So for the sake of the inventory battle, Michael Myers wins. So at this point, guys, I want to move on to strategies. We've looked at their biological factors. We've looked at their weapons. Now let's look at their strategies. Now, I've watched a lot of kill clips from both of these killers, and I've played both games, so I'm familiar with their tactics. Jason Voorhees seems to be more power focused. There's not as much planning involved in a Jason Voorhees attack. He does use some baiting. For instance, he'll leave the dead bodies in certain areas or reposition them to kind of enhance fear. However, his stuff is very, very unplanned, though, and very, very power-based. And the majority of his kills are done through him grabbing, strangling, grappling, hitting. He's very power-focused with his attacks. It's all about his personal manpower, which leads me to believe that he's stronger than Michael Myers, as stated earlier in the biological factors. Now, Michael Myers has a different kind of approach to things. He uses more of his environment. He plans things out a little bit more thoroughly. He does use some power tactics from here and there, but it seems like he's very much more environmental focused when he comes to attack. So guys, for the sake of this, this is a head-to-head battle though. And like I said, Michael Myers' strategies, when he uses strategies, tend to be on unsuspecting victims or, someone where he needs some time for setup for some of them. I remember in one, he uses a shaft to break someone's leg. So it's all about positioning and not being right there at that moment. Where Jason Voorhees is in there in the second. He is going, he's grabbing you. You can run away, but he's going to grab you. And he is 100% him, manpower on top. Jason Voorhees, for the sake of a head-to-head battle, would have the upper hand, just because he's very much about that close-range fighting. Where Michael Myers, he switches his strategies, which isn't a bad thing, and in other instances could work out. So, for instance, if these guys were to be in a different situation, I think Michael Myers could possibly stand a better chance. And I don't think the fight would be a landslide. However, in a fight this close, muscle's going to beat brain at this exact moment. So I had to give this point over to Jason Voorhees. So guys, as a final note, just something to kind of throw in some more statistics for you. We're going to look at how many confirmed kills these guys have in their whole career and how many they would have at this exact moment of the fight that we're talking about. Jason Voorhees has a total of 152 confirmed kills throughout the whole Friday the 13th series. And by part 3, the Jason that we're using for the sake of this debate has 22 confirmed kills. Michael Myers has a total of 85 confirmed kills over his whole span. However, at this point, Halloween 2 only has 11 confirmed kills. So what does that mean? He doesn't kill as many people as Jason Voorhees. So a lot of people say that Michael Myers is a more experienced killer because of time. However, we have to look at the numbers here. Yes, years could mean more. However, there are plenty of cases where people have done things for less time and surpassed those who've done it for longer. And that's what we're seeing right here. Jason Voorhees, although he hasn't been killing since he was 10 years old, has been killing quite a lot. And he has killed a lot in a small amount of time, right? While Michael Myers had more time to kill, he performed and confirmed less kills than Jason Voorhees has, putting Jason Voorhees at a higher spot of experience, even though there was less time involved. So now let's wrap this up, guys, and get to our final 2 points. Who would you survive against, and who would win the fight? So, to answer the first question of this, you're more likely to survive against Jason Voorhees, as Michael Myers is a lot more of a strategic and focused killer. Jason Voorhees is all about brawn, and Michael Myers has a lot of brain in that brawn. He's going to utilize everything he can to get to you. From watching the kill feeds and all that, Jason Voorhees does utilize other elements of the room, like crossbows and random assortment of weapons to hit you with and stab you with. Michael Myers uses the element to hurt you. So you're more likely to survive against Jason Voorhees. However, just because you're going to be more likely to survive against Jason Voorhees doesn't mean he's not going to win the fight. Jason Voorhees still wins this fight, but not by a landslide at all. It's a very close fight. Both are very strong. One thinks a lot. But here's the thing. Michael Myers has no time to plan. He has no time to create that, He can't set up the building. He can't use the elements. We're thinking about this as a gladiatorial style of fighting. The fight is close. He can do some planning. He can do some thinking. And he can do some damage. But Jason Voorhees is brawn focused. He is all power. His strategy relies on being abundantly powerful, and Michael Myers just doesn't have the amount of force that Jason Voorhees can present. So the fight is going to be close. It's going to get nasty, but Jason Voorhees will still win. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys disagree, please put in the comments why you disagree. Feel free to let me know. Like the video if you like the video, dislike it if you don't. But let me know what you guys liked about it. Let me know how I can improve. And let me know if you'd like to see more content similar to this. I appreciate you guys being here and checking out the video. I hope you guys got what you guys wanted out of it. And I hope that we all agree on this. But if not, let me know. Have a great day, guys, and peace.